Hi, Lillian. Good morning there,
Good
and
morning.
good evening here.
In a while, we are going live on Facebook, so I think
Mhm.
everything is set up. I'm like a dinosaur in computer stuff, so I hope everything works
Mhm. Mhm.
well. So I think we are on Facebook right now. Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Lilian Gonzalez, ITTI director in Peru. And let me introduce to you Ace. Ace is ITTI director in the Philippines, plenty experience. So maybe you can introduce yourself, Ace, and tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, thank you very much, Lillian. Yes, I'm Ace, just my short nickname, easy to remember. I've been in the ESL or EFL industry for the past 15 years, mainly here in the Philippines, teaching those who visit the Philippines to study English. They are Koreans, Japanese, some Vietnamese, Chinese also. And recently, before pandemic, I was in Vietnam for a couple of years. And now I'm back here in the Philippines. So been doing TESOL and TEFL training for more than a decade, at least, as a trainer and director.
Mhm. And he also, as a Philippine, he speaks like three languages, not only not only his own, his mother tongue, he speaks also English, and in Philippines there is a lot of other languages, right?
Yes, yes, we have, but it's common for us to speak English and our national language, plus our regional language. Yes.
Mhm. And Ace is here with us to talk about how to bring the book to life. This is very important for us as a teacher because we always get a book to start teaching, but we don't know how to make these activities alive and meaningful for the students. So if you have any questions, something related to the topic, please let us know. You can raise your hand, and we're all yours.
Yes. Thank you very much, Lillian. Well, this presentation is like a mini lesson. I was thinking Ruben and Luis will be here because they will be my students supposedly to interact with me, but probably our audience or you, Lillian, could help me. You'll
Yes,
be my
now we
student.
change
You
our
can,
areas. Don't worry.
yeah, you can you
We
can
will get
answer
along.
my yeah, you can answer my questions. So this is a very short, a mini lesson about well, the focus is grammar. Yes, also teaching online. So because now we are doing online teaching because of pandemic, so I think probably we can, hopefully you can learn a thing or two about this way of teaching. And then after this mini presentation, we'll be talking about where I got the lesson. Is this really from a book or I just made it up? Because as teachers, sometimes we don't like using the book too much because it is very limiting and boring. So how can we lift the materials from the book or the activities from the book to make it interesting to our students, to make it communicative, as they say. I'll be sharing my screen, Lillian.
Oh, sorry,
Am
sorry.
I allowed?
Yes, yes. Give me a minute, please.
Okay. I'm a bit nervous today. It's my first time to present in Peru. I'm always around Asia. I've done training in Vietnam and mostly Filipinos. So I hope everyone is. Am I appearing clear? Is my sound and video okay, Lillian?
Yes,
I
yes.
forgot to ask.
Very good.
Okay.
It's quite good.
It's 10 p.m. here. I hope I don't
Yes. He
fall
is
asleep.
13 hours ahead of us.
So am I okay now to share?
Yes, yes. You can do it.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Oops. Okay, can you see my screen, Lillian?
Yes.
Okay, good. So Lillian, you'll be my student, and whoever wants to
All of us.
participate, yes.
You have
Thank you.
13 students.
Okay, so I have here two pictures. Supposedly, if this is a group class, you ask your students, depending on the number of students, in pairs or different groups. If this is using Zoom, you can have breakout room. So you can put them in separate rooms so they cannot hear each other. And then you ask them to talk about the pictures. One was last weekend and the other one is yesterday. And you pose two questions. The first question is talk about what did they wear and where did they go? That's the second question. So can you help me, Lillian? Last weekend,
Last weekend, he went to Italy.
again, he wore,
He went to Italy.
he went to Italy. And can you talk about what he wore last weekend?
Last weekend, he worked on his
He
job.
wore, what's this?
He worked.
Where? Where?
Wore.
The
Yeah.
past of wore. The where.
Yes.
The past of
Where.
where.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So what's this?
Cap.
Yeah, very good. Julia, how
Yes.
did I pronounce your name? Good. And how about this one?
A jacket.
Very good. And on his feet, what are those?
Sport shoes.
Yes, or others call it sneakers.
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 Yes. And what else? He wore jacket, cap,
Blue jeans.
sneakers, jeans. Yes, and
T-shirt.
behind the t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Good. Yes.
Mm.
Now let's talk about the girl. Yesterday, she
She wore. Yes.
mhm,
She wore a bag, glasses.
Yes,
She wore a bag, glasses.
Sunglasses.
Okay, sunglasses, a jacket.
Okay.
Jeans, sneakers.
Yes, sneakers
What
too.
else? And she was very beautiful.
She's very beautiful. Yes, yes. And where do you think did she go yesterday?
Maybe she
Because
went.
Lillian said the man went to Italy. Wow, quite far. How about her? She
Okay, maybe she went to Arequipa, maybe.
and visited Lillian. Yes,
Yes,
she went
yes.
visited IDTI Peru in Arequipa. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, I asked you about cap, jacket, t-shirt, jeans, sneakers, sunglasses. These are what? What do you call them?
Clothes, no? Clothes.
Very good. Yes, yes. Clothes or things to wear. Okay,
Things
so
to wear.
our lesson for today is about things to wear. Plus, it's gonna be about the things we already wore because it's last weekend and yesterday. Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Julia and Lillian. Let's proceed now. I want you to read the example sentences and complete the rules. First, let's read the sentences. Lillian, can you please read the first one?
She showed
She,
her new boots.
yes. Julia, can you read the second one?
Okay, they didn't find the t-shirts.
Yes. And Lillian?
What did they wear?
Okay, very good. Now, let's look at the one, the box in red, the red box. Let's read and complete the missing word here by selecting it on top. There's a small box on top. So you have did, didn't, and irregular. Can you please read, Julia, the first one, letter A?
Okay, regular verbs form the positive with the ed, but a lot of common verbs are irregular, excuse me.
Very good.
Irregular.
Yes. So which of the sentences earlier that we read can match this one? Is it the first, second, and third?
The third.
Are you sure? It says here, regular verbs form the positive with ed, but a lot of common verbs are irregular.
Irregular.
So which one here has ed? 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. No, I don't understand I don't understand the distraction. Okay.
Which sentence fits A?
Which sentence?
Yes.
Sentence in letter A?
Yes. It says the rule number 1 is rule A, regular verbs form the positive with ed, but a lot of common verbs are irregular.
Yeah.
Which of the 3 sentences we read earlier matches?
Okay.
She showed her new boots. They didn't find the t-shirts. What did they wear?
Find is irregular verb. Where is irregular verb too.
Yes, but it says here positive with ed. Regular verbs form the positive with ed. So which one here?
It is showed.
Yes, very good. She showed her new boots. Show plus ed. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Now, letter B. Lillian, can you please read?
We form negative sentence with did.
Blank plus the base form of the verb. Yes. But negative sentences with
Didn't.
which one? Did or didn't?
Didn't. We form negative sentences with didn't plus the base form of the verb.
Very good. So which sentence matches letter B rule? 1, 2, 3.
Number 2.
Number 2, didn't. Okay. And the last one, Julia?
Okay. We form questions with did plus the base form of the verb.
Yes, very good. So of the 3 sentences, which one is a question form?
Okay, it's number 3. What did they wear?
Yes, very good. And did here, is it positive or negative?
What did they wear? It's a positive question. Yes.
Very good. Yes. So in this example, there are 2 verbs in the past, or there are 2 verbs, regular and irregular. And also when we form them in the past, the regular we have to add ed, and the irregular is do we change the spelling? Yes or no?
Okay.
For the irregular.
For irregular, the verb when we do a question.
Do we change the spelling of the irregular? Or add ed?
No. When we make a question, we use the verb in the base form.
Yeah, in a question. But if it's in a statement or a sentence,
we don't use.
What happens to the verb?
We use in the base form because we are using the auxiliary. No, we form questions with did plus the base form of the verb.
Yeah, if it's in negative, or say did or didn't. Yes, but if it's a regular one without auxiliary, just a regular, like she wore then we change the spelling,
Yes.
right? That is the regular sentence. Okay, very good. Thank you. Now
We
let's have an
another-
exercise.
sorry,
Let's
I-
have a practice. Yes.
we have Esther also here. Maybe she can help us. She can
Ah,
be one of our students also.
Who can help us. Okay. So now let's complete the sentences about you. This time, it's going to be about you. Use or answer the questions here using your own experience. For example, number one, yesterday, I didn't wear jeans yesterday because I was just at home. It's Saturday. So use past simple positive or negative form of the verbs, right? Okay. Are we going to use positive or negative form of the verbs here? Yes or no?
Positive?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, positive or negative. Yes, I said it earlier. So are we going to complete this sentences here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, very good. Now let's begin with number two. Probably Julia.
In number
Talk
two,
about yourself. Yeah.
yeah, about myself,
Yeah.
I got in past. Yes, I got clothes for my last birthday.
Is that true? Did you get
Yes.
clothes? Okay. Well, very good.
New clothes. I got new clothes for my last birthday.
Okay, good. Congratulations.
Yeah.
How
Because
about you?
because
Yeah.
we get, oh no, we wear clothes every day, no, but you are talking, you are using the verb get just for referring to buy new clothes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's good. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Next, number three, Lillian.
My parents didn't buy the clothes I'm wearing.
Okay, so who bought your clothes now?
Myself.
Yeah, I see. And
I'm
number
old
four. And Julia, number four.
Okay, my family and I watched TV last night. Yes, it's true.
Yes, okay.
Mhm.
I think we always, most
Yeah.
families, watch TV every night. Number five, Lillian.
My best friend text me this morning.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So now it's pretending that it's what time is it there now? It's 10, 11. No, 11, right? Almost. So is it text
A WhatsApp text.
or texted? Which one? Text or texted this morning?
Texted me.
Yes. Okay, texted because it's already finished. Yes. Number six, Julia.
Okay, I didn't ride my bike last weekend.
Okay, good. Do you know how to drive bike?
Yeah. I know how to ride bike. I didn't do last week this.
Okay, very good. Number seven, Lillian.
We didn't play football yesterday.
Okay, good. And number eight,
Okay,
Julia.
I saw my friends before. No, it's false. I didn't see my friends before this class.
Yes, okay, very good. So in this exercise, we're able to use positive and negative statements about yourself, right? Okay, but if this is a group class, normally I would ask them to ask each other this or to talk about these statements to each other, not to myself, to make it students to students interaction. Now, at this point, we've finished using positive and negative in our exercise. Let's complete the conversation this time with the past simple form of the verbs. This is a dialogue that we are going to complete. So I want Lillian to be A and then Julia to be B. And while you answer, you give the past simple form. Example, hey, where blank. So you get that t-shirt. It's really cool. So it means, hey, where did you get that t-shirt? It's really cool, right? Okay. So Lillian, can you start A?
Hey, where did you get that t-shirt? It's really cool.
And
My,
Julia?
okay, my brother gave it to me for my birthday.
I really like it. Where did he find it?
Well, he didn't find it exactly. He designed it.
Very good.
Is it
Is,
good? Is it good the pronunciation? Excuse me, designed it.
Designed, yes, designed it. We emphasize the d sound so that we just remember that there is ed. Although in casual conversation we might not be too pronounced or not too clear because we speak quite fast. And Lillian, A, really,
Really? How did he do it? Did he do that?
really,
Oh.
how did he do that? Yes, correct. And
Okay,
Julia.
he used this app collab.
This application app.
Okay, he used this app called UT Me on his phone. He took a photo and then add the colors
What's
and
this?
okay.
A
Okay.
photo and then?
Okay, he took a photo and then add the colors and the writing. Okay, I am a little nervous.
Me
It's
too,
my
don't
first
worry.
class. It's my first. Okay.
I'm also nervous, don't worry.
Uh-huh.
You say added, a photo and then added.
And then
the
added
colors.
the colors and the writing.
He, and then
He
continue,
he showed
yes.
me the app. It's really cool.
Great, you're doing great. Yes, good. And now Lillian, the last one. Wow.
I can see the rest, the last line.
Yeah, it's okay. Just the blank. Maybe.
Wow. I didn't know you could do that. Can you
show me the app?
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, so you can say, can you show me the app? That's
Can
the
you
last one.
show
Can
me
you
the
show
app?
me? Very good. Okay, so yes, we use the past simple. For example, what's the past simple of use, Lillian?
Used.
Yes, and the past simple of take, Julia?
Took.
And how about show?
Showed.
Very good. And some we use did. So if there is did, it's plus base form, like where did you get that t-shirt? Okay, great. So do you have questions so far about the practice of the use of past simple, regular and irregular? Questions? No. Okay, good. So if you've noticed, we say used and then added or showed. So what have you noticed? There are three sounds at the end that you can hear, right? Lillian, did you hear the three sounds? What's the first sound when I say used? What sound is that?
It. Used.
What do you mean?
Yes, used.
Used.
Yeah, T sound.
Ed.
And then when you say showed, what sound is that, Julia?
Ed.
No,
Showed.
the sound showed. What sound is this? Letter D
Showed.
sound or the D sound. Yes.
D. Showed.
And correct.
Showed.
And how about added? Added. Id sound, right? So in past simple regular, you will hear three sounds. And id. So used, showed, added. There are three rules on this, which we will not talk too much on that because it will be another lesson. But it means when you hear this sound, or you have to produce this sound when you are using past simple regular to be understood easily by your listeners. Okay. Now, Scan Me. I think you have uh, a QR code scanner, right? Have you heard of QR code scanner, right? It's in WhatsApp or you have Viber. Can you scan this QR code and check what you can find there?
Um, I don't
Let me
have the
know.
app. I don't have the app.
You don't have WhatsApp?
Sorry, I
WhatsApp
don't have
is,
the app.
yeah, WhatsApp has, or Viber or any messenger app except Facebook, I think. You can use scanner, QR code scanner.
Mhm.
So this part, I normally ask students to get their phone, especially teens or adults, and then they are going to scan the app, and they will see some sentences.
But maybe someone in the
It's okay if you don't have no problem.
okay, maybe
So
some of the teachers that are here with us, they have, because here in Peru we used to, now with the pandemic, they used to do, for example, to see the menu, and also,
yes, and just
so
use
but
scanner, QR
I
code scanner.
personally don't have it, but
You don't use it.
no, I'm old
Okay.
fashioned.
Old fashioned. Julia, I saw Julia taking
See, I was
scanning
trying.
it.
I was
Okay.
trying, but I don't know how to do it because I don't have the app.
Maybe
Okay.
someone
But
else.
normally
Or,
also.
yes.
Can someone try it? Who else is available to share what you saw after scanning?
It's QR, right?
Yeah, QR code.
Okay, let
So
me.
this is like a good this is free, by the way. You don't have
Mhm.
to buy this one. Uh, there is QR code generator to generate this this image, and you can hide a question, you can hide a picture, or anything that you can put here. Okay. Oh yes, so Esther found it, and she wrote, "Where did you go?" Yes, very good, Esther. That's number one. So number two, I thought Esther was asking me, where did you go? But I just realized she answered the question there. Okay, yes, correct. It's about making questions about last weekend. It's maybe Lillian can read the name. I can. Mercy. Mercy.
Mercy.
Okay,
Yes,
Mercy, I
Mercy.
think, yes.
Mhm.
Esther, again, which friends did you meet? Yes, that's correct. And what's the, there are five questions there. Yes, Mercy, thank you. Which friends did you meet? And the third one,
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
hi, Janet, good morning.
Hello. Where I just download the QR code to scan
Uh-huh.
this, and where I found five exercises or five questions.
Yes.
I think that the third one is: did you visit your grandma?
Watch on TV.
Yes,
The other one.
correct, yes.
And number
Did you
four,
visit grandma? Yes. Number four,
um, what did you watch on TV?
very good, yes.
And the fifth is: did you go to bed late?
Correct. Good job. Now let me ask you, Janet, since you are there, where did you go yesterday?
I didn't go anywhere. I was just at home.
How about last weekend? Oh
Mm,
yeah, today's yeah, last weekend. It's a
yeah,
good weekend in
last
the Philippines.
weekend I traveled to Huancayo City.
Wow. So it's allowed to travel there. There's no lockdown or restrictions. It's
No,
okay.
because I live in a small town, and to
Mhm.
travel to Huancayo, it lasts only 1 hour a half.
Okay, that's good because I heard in some cities, especially here in Asia, we cannot go out. I
Wow.
have been staying in this house for almost a year now. Now, the
Oh my
second
God.
question. So you went to that place. Which friends did you meet, or did you meet a friend or a family
Um,
member?
no, I just visit my parents.
Okay. Did you also visit grandma, if you have?
Yeah, no, I don't have my grandma. She passed
I see.
away already.
Okay. What did you watch on TV yesterday or last weekend?
Yesterday, I watched on TV news.
Niels, it's a TV show there. Is
No,
what is it
any kind of news,
news, yes.
political news. Yeah.
Okay, I see, great. And number five, did you go to bed late last weekend or yesterday?
Uh, no, I didn't go to bed late.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Janet, for
You're welcome.
participating.
Thank you.
By the
Have a
way,
great day.
Janet is one of our um, star students.
Oh, wow.
She's pretty good.
That's very,
Thank you,
Hello.
Lilian,
that's
for your
very
words, your kind words.
okay. That's good. So normally we end our lesson with this one, an application of what they have learned about things to wear and also to use past simple, regular, and irregular. Okay, so that's the end of my mini lesson. Now let's
Do
check
you,
the book.
how do you set this app? How do you set it?
How to have this one QR code.
Yes, how
Mhm.
do you set the
So there
everything?
is a QR code scanner. QR code generator. Let me show it to you. It's very easy and free. QR code generator. Let me open that generator first. There are so many QR code generator, but I use this one because it's user friendly, and I'm not really that techy also. Although I'm not really old fashioned too. Wait, how can I share my screen? Okay, basic. There. Oops. Can you share? Can you see my screen?
No,
Yes.
No. No?
No.
no,
No.
not yet.
Wait. Stop share first and then share. Okay. No, I didn't share it. Okay, here. Can you see it?
Mhm.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have here QR code generator, QR hyphen code hyphen generator.com. So here, it's either you signed up or log in. It's for free. You can hide URL or your business card, your text or email. So normally now, when you select email and they scan, then your email will show up. But I did text, so I can hide text here. I can type. So when they scan the code, it will open. Or I can add image. Yeah, so that's what I did. QR code. And then after putting something here, then you just have to download. Click download here on the lower right corner. So you can choose what design for the QR code. Others, it's not because I just signed up. No, I did not sign up. So it will ask you to sign up if you're going to use um, a colorful one. But yeah, a simple one will do. Not that fancy. So yes, this is one activity that you can do with your students also, especially if you are doing online teaching or you're quite far from your students, or even in class. I do this too before when there was face to face. Now, let me show to you where I got the lesson so that you would know also. I got that lesson from Cambridge Prepare, Student Book 2, Unit 2 in Fashion. So in this unit, there are how many pages? 4 pages. So you have the first page is vocabulary, things to wear. So you have many activities about vocabulary. Then you have reading, fashion, and music, and then grammar. So past simple. And there's also like adverbs here, vocabulary, but I did not make use of this part. I just focused on the grammar part. So normally what happens if we use the book, we just ask our students, open it and answer activities 1, 2, 3, or how many activities you want. But if you do something like this, maybe students get bored sitting. You have to vary the energy. We call it, yeah, energy. So for example, in number one, it could activity one could be because it is discovery of the discovery of the rules, past simple rules. Then it can be low energy activity. Then for number two, to practice what they have learned here in activity one, you ask them to do it in pairs. Um, Let them stand, go around, you know. But the idea here is have an activity, adapt this one or change this one, modify this one, the one in the book, to make it engaging or interesting. Then the same for what happened. The same for number. Uh, the same for activity 3 and activity 4. Wait, someone is sending a message. Yes, very good, Janet. That's correct. But the challenge here, if it's grammar, teachers automatically will just explain and discuss and deliver a lecture about grammar, right? Because that's the easiest we can do. And also given that we have limited time. But have you noticed I was able to do the lesson? It is using the engage, study, activate method of Jeremy Harmer, the straight arrow. So I started with an engage, which is about the picture. And the picture is not in the book here, by the way. It's not here in the grammar. I supplemented it so that I will have an engage part. Then for the study, I use the first activity and I use the discovery method or discovery style. I did not explain. I just let them read and answer. And then after the discovery in study part, then I continued with a controlled practice, which is to use the activity to use activity 3. Yes, I did not do number 2. I used 3 and 4 from the book. And then for number 5, I adapted it. I changed it to QR code game. So if this is an actual class, then I will have number 2 as my role play. So because the activity number 3, it was just answering the questions, teacher to students. Then I made activity for students to students, again, to vary the energy level of the students. So as teachers, and personally, that's what I do. I make sure that the energy level is different in each activity, and I don't spend too much time on a certain activity. Grammar introduction should not be more than 5 or 7 minutes, because if it reaches 10 minutes, that's boring. And then your activity must be fast paced. Okay, Lillian, do you have questions?
Oh, it's Pretty clear. Thank you. Thank you. You're great. I don't know if some of our, citizens today, they have any questions related to the topic.
I'm not so sure in yeah, Peru, but in here in Asia, teaching online, especially English, is very short, only 25 to 30 minutes. So we have to condense a lesson that has an engaging opening, and a lesson, for example, grammar, vocabulary, or short reading in the middle, and then end it with an application in just 25 to 30 minutes.
Here in Peru, we have long sessions, like, for example, every day, 1 hour and a half. And
Mhm.
also for children, I think it's like 45 minutes, 4 times a week.
Mhm.
It's rarely we have like one another day, but
Mhm.
here we used to have long hours.
But the idea here is whether long or short classes, it must be varied in terms of activities. It must be with high, low energy, and it must be engaging and must involve students from start until the end. As what you have, I hope I was able to demonstrate that when I interacted with the students all throughout the lesson, right?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Thank you very much. I don't know if
Yes.
you guys have any question to
Yes,
ask.
if you have questions, you can ask, or if not now, maybe you can also ask Lillian or
You can write it down on
ITTI
the chat.
Peru. Yeah, you can
One of
ask if you want. Yeah, if you want to ask personal questions or out of here, because maybe you're shy to ask, you just want to write it. Yeah, you may also do so.
So the idea in teaching English is we use the communicative approach of the direct method because they make our students fluent. And it's one of the things that we need to work on here in Peru because most of our students, they are good at grammar, but
Yeah.
they have to talk, they're very weak. No, this is they face like frustration because they don't have like they have the grammar in their head, but they can express themselves.
Yeah.
Hi, Maria.
No opportunity to speak.
Yes.
Él es el chiquitito, el otro, el que era el tuyo, el vuelta que él se malogró.
Hi, María.
No funcionaría. Ay, a mí que me den un celular viejito cualquiera.
Maria, she doesn't know she's.
Okay, maybe we can just mute. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, as you were saying.
Yes, there is something that it takes time for you, for your student. Well, your students, they learn English in school, right? Like
Yes.
using the CLO because they are taught in English.
Yes. Well, here in the Philippines, as well as other Asian countries, what they're trying to do is for teachers to really speak English in their classes, because teachers are the only source of English for these students in the classroom. So they hear English from us. So if we can't have it 100%, then probably a mix of 50-50 initially, or 70-30 initially, 70 local language and then 30% English. And as you keep on progressing, because sometimes students will be shocked and surprised, why is my teacher speaking English all of a sudden? So you can do it gradually. Yes. And sometimes whenever I'm in class and they just speak to me in vernacular or in their native language. Yes, Grover
Yes, Grover.
wants to ask.
Hello. I want to ask you one thing. You are from Philippines, isn't it?
Yes.
I understand, or maybe for the general knowledge, I know for people from where conquered by American people, or
Correct.
or am I wrong? Or
That's
not?
correct. Yeah. Correct.
So for that reason, people from Philippines, they have the first tongue as a first tongue English. I think most of you speak English in a fluent way, or not. But maybe, for example, here in Peru, we have other national language. As we were conquered by Spanish, we only speak Spanish. So I want to know exactly where is the situation, where is the context, how is the education in Philippines, if you dominate English as a first language, or maybe you only talk in Tagalog. Tagalog is
Our
the
language,
language
national
that you,
language.
the national language, yes. Tell
Yes.
me, or can you tell what is the situation there?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good one. Thank you, Grover. Just like Peru, we were also colonized by how do you call it? Spaniards or Spanish?
Spanish.
Or Spain, yes. And we were colonized for 333 years. And so it is also common for us to understand. Now, maybe not, we can't speak fluently Spanish, but we can understand Spanish. Some of our words are same as the Spanish language because we have adopted it. So that's number one. Number two, yes, it's true. We were colonized by Americans also, but for a short period. But in that short period, because Americans came here and brought English teachers from the US, so they taught us English. So very common for our grandparents to be good at speaking English, probably more than the young ones now. Also, we were colonized by the Japanese, so there are also a number of people who can speak Japanese. On top of that, Philippines has 7,107 islands as a country, and each one of these may speak different regional languages or dialects. So we have around a little over 100 regional dialects. So it is common for us to speak at least three. So English, because it's already our national language, official language also. Number two, Tagalog or Filipino, and your regional language. So if you traveled so much around Philippines, maybe you can speak four. So our way of thinking when it comes to language is quite open, and it's easier for us probably to adapt and to learn another language because we we are well like with diverse experience when it comes to language. I hope I answered your question. Also, in education system, our schools, our laws, our books, they are all in English. So there's no translation. We have to learn English using English language. We have to learn math using English. We have to learn science using English. Our signages, streets are in English. We write store as names. So
Yes,
that's my answer.
but even though you teach English mostly to Vietnamese? Or?
Yes, so because that is like the market now is mostly, there are many students around Asia learning English. These are Vietnamese, Japanese, Koreans, Chinese, Taiwanese. Yes, these are our neighboring countries who are interested in learning English. And for you to become an English teacher online or face-to-face, as long as you can speak the language, English, as long as you are easily understood also, you know grammar and you can explain some technical lessons easier for students to understand. You can.
Just to finish, could you share your experience with these Peruvian students that you have for the TEFL teacher course? Because
yeah,
I think this is very important for us as a teacher here in Peru, that we have a TEFL teacher or being an English teacher. It doesn't have boundaries. We can go anywhere. So I
Correct.
think if you are well prepared, if your level of English is good, as I said, you have experience, you are willing to learn, you have a worldwide to go. No, and I want you to listen. This experience is a Peruvian student that is trained her to become an English teacher.
Yes. Well, initially I told about her story. I was told about her story. She only traveled here in Asia. She didn't intend to really teach. And then when she came to Vietnam, she fell in love with the place. She fell in love. Yeah, the place, traveling around. But for you to stay longer, you need to work, right? Because it would be expensive to go around and do nothing and just spending. So she tried working as a teacher, and she got hired even without any training yet, because some schools here they provide you with training. Now, however, she wanted to do more. Of course, because you wanted to stay longer, you wanted to do justice to what you're doing. We met. I was introduced to her by a friend, and she's looking for a training. And then I provided a training for her, because also aside from your skills in teaching, well, TESOL training and other teaching certification is a requirement for visa, so that you can be provided with a work permit. So that's her case. So yes, she is from Peru, and I met different teachers here from different countries. They're from Russia, for example. They're from Turkey. They're from the Middle East. They're from, yeah, some from Europe. So anyone actually can travel and become an English teacher here in Asia, for example, as long as, number one, you have the courage to travel, you're brave enough to, yeah, and bold enough to take that big step. And of course, training is important, so you don't do trial and error once you are here. You will right away work. But maybe now it's pandemic. Hopefully soon or next year it will be okay to travel. I heard some countries are already opening up, like Hong Kong is already planning to ease down their restrictions, or even Singapore. So hopefully, yeah, soon. And while we are in this situation, it's time to pause and prepare to rebound. So yeah.
Yes. So if you have any doubt, you have maybe you want to travel around the world by teaching English, you can do it. It's not only for native English speakers. Many people think they only have the opportunities to travel or to go abroad and teach English. No, there is many opportunities for not native English speakers as well.
I was asked many times, because yeah, Filipinos are non-native. We are considered non-native no matter how good you speak English. But if your passport does not come from the 5 countries, UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, you can never be called native, no matter how good your English is. Now, I was asked, is it really possible for non-native to become English teachers? Yes, and in the Philippines, we've been doing it. I've heard teachers from other Asian countries doing it for the past, I think, 20 years. Now, what are the only requirements? At least initially, two. One, make your English sound audible. The way you speak English must be heard, the correct sound. For example, in the Philippines, we don't have th letter or sound, so we have to learn that, like Thursday, because we only have letter T as our in our alphabet. We also don't have the V sound, victory. Yeah, so we have to learn that. So that's one. Learn how to produce the correct sound in English. Accent doesn't matter because we all have different accents. In the current world of English, is everyone's accent, as long as, again, they are audible, that is acceptable. Number two, your English vocabulary, the meaning must be understandable. So audible and understandable. When we say understandable, the word that you're using is of an international value, or the meaning of that word that you are using is what the international meaning is. For example, because in the Philippines, very common, we have what we call Filipino English, Filipinoism. So we use a certain English word, but it has a different meaning on us and different meaning in the international arena. For example, the word salvage. Salvage in English, if you look up the dictionary, it means to save, probably a sinking ship. But in the Philippines, if we say salvage, someone got salvaged, it is someone got assassinated, got killed. So this kind of word we don't have to use in the international situation to mean that someone got killed, because it's the opposite in meaning. So only two. As to prepare you, number one is make your sound audible. Number two, make your vocabulary understandable, and you're good to go.
Mhm. There is plenty of opportunities in Vietnam, China. They require a lot of English teacher, as A said in our last session. He said it's only the 30% of the market they are native English speakers.
Yeah, most English teachers of most EFL or ESL teachers are non-native. They comprise more than 60% uh, of the market,
Mhm.
which means not only native are doing it.
Yes, so if you have the courage, as Ace said, to travel, to take this opportunity, you can do it. And we are here to help you.
You know, I'm a good example of for I've been doing training for more than 15 years, but half of that, or 7 years of that lifespan, I spent in the Philippines because number one, I believed that I can do good. I can be good here. This is good enough, etc., etc. So I stayed and just taught in the Philippines until something happened that made me travel. Okay, it's a personal story, but made me travel. And that first taste of travel made me realize that the world is so huge and wide. I did not even spend for that travel. Why? Because I was a volunteer teacher. So there are many countries and many schools who would accept volunteer teachers. So what did I get out of that? So I stayed in Vietnam for 1 month, and I taught 2 hours or 3 hours in a university, and then they gave me free accommodation and food, plus a little allowance if I want to go buy something for myself. That started my travel, and after that, you couldn't stop me. Almost every 3 or 4 months, I travel before pandemic um, for the past 5 or 7 years. So yeah, I was really scared to travel that time, or I was in my comfort zone. I was too comfortable. I was already managing a company. Uh, I was earning more than uh, an ordinary person probably, or ordinary employee. But yeah, there's something in traveling that made me realize the world is so wide and huge to explore. So more than money, maybe it's the experience. But yeah, later on, money came in because you would of course you would look for better school. So after I did that volunteer, it's just for 1 month. I came back to Philippines, and then after that, then it opened my eyes, and uh, they invited me again. So after that first invite, they invited me again. So that's also one thing. When you do something to volunteer, do your best. Others would say, well, this is not paid, so I will not really exert much effort. How can you be invited? How can they see that you are good if you don't give your best? So even if it pays little, or even if it was for volunteer or for free, give your best. And yeah, after a month, then they invited me again, and it became longer and longer until I finally decided to give up my 7-year career in training, and I gave up being the director of a company in my previous company. Now, even I am doing TESOL training and the director of at the Philippines. I travel still in Vietnam and other Asian countries. Yeah, to be exposed to learn. Hopefully, I can get back after pandemic.
Thank you very much, Paige, for your experience, for your time. So teachers, we are going to have in the next 2 weeks, 12th and 19th of September, we are going to have a course, how to bring the book to life. For all levels, because using the communicative approach is different for each level. So if you want to join us, you have my WhatsApp number in the chat, so get in touch. And thank you. If you don't have any question, if there is not any question, thank you very much for your time, Ace. Wish you the best.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Lillian. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yes. What about guys have picture?
Oh, yeah.
You can turn on your camera.
Can we have a picture? Just my memory, memorabilia. Is it memorabilia in Spanish? That's,
Memory.
memoria, for memory. Yes, it's my first time doing this one.
Yes, so I don't know how you can put it in the
Yeah, I just did a screenshot. Yeah, maybe they're shy to show their faces. It's okay.
yeah, but what about, can we show all of them? How we can do that?
Show what? The
All the
there. Julia is there.
but in my
Julia, are you a teacher?
Yes, I am a teacher, but I stopped working. I stopped working for 10 years. And now,
Oh.
and now I am trying to do it again, but it's so difficult because my English is sleeping maybe. And as I can see, we can find different ways of teaching, no? So different techniques, different strategies. And now I am trying to insert again in this, no? But as I can see now, the virtual way is difficult for me. No, bueno, so for me, never is late, like in Peru says, no, in Peru.
True. Never. We can never be late. We only have one step to make, and we'll never be late. And we have to make that little step to start teaching. By the way, I'm not a teacher. When I started, my major is computer science, not teaching. I became a teacher by accident because I couldn't get a job on my field. I was not an A1 student when I graduated in IT. It's not my field. I just took it because my mom's suggestion, and being the eldest, so I have to do it. But after I graduated, I couldn't find a job, and a friend recommended, why don't you try tutoring Koreans? And that opened my first taste of teaching, and I fell in love. And then I studied short courses because I don't have money to send to myself for another 4 years of teaching degree. So I just took short courses and became an ESL teacher, an EFL teacher. Yes. So can we have a photo taking? Can you come closer to the camera? Was it Carolina or? Wait. I hope you learned something from today's sharing. I didn't expect that there's going to be this many. I thought only Luis and Ruben will be here. Okay, there. Thank you, Don.
Thank
Really
you
love it.
very much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Nice to see you all. And I hope you enjoy this little test.
Yeah.
The whole
Very short,
course.
but hopefully you learned something. Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lilian.
Bye,
Bye.
Lily.
Bye,
teachers.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.